Roll and open it up.
Okay.
Actually detect magic on the thing itself?
Yeah, it has some transmutation magic on it. Maybe some abjuration.
On the
Inside.
on
You
the
kind of,
inside.
yeah.
Okay, okay. So
It has like a simple
unwrap it?
kind of clasp, and you can kind of flip the case open.
Yeah, yeah.
It looks like it's been opened many times before. All right, you open it up, and there's a set of dark lenses that are inside of some goggles. The lenses are smoked glass. The frames are kind of like leather, like a leather headband.
Are they like
You found goggles.
Goggles of either dark vision or intelligent. I don't know. Fuck.
Adam has a guess of what they are, but knowledge arcana.
Yeah.
I guess they're knowledge planes.
Another knowledge arcana.
Oh, you spellcraft these.
All right, we'll spellcraft
The,
them.
the magic
okay.
didn't seem to be trying to hide from you. Like this looked like regular magic.
Does this
This is like
add...
a thing. I look at those and go, those look like penumbral goggles.
Here, Arlen will try this.
There's a. All right, spellcraft.
28?
You stole my roll, you bastard.
Okay.
Still your roll.
I got 15.
Yeah, you're like, it's the ring.
These are called glare cutter goggles. The person wearing it gains a +5 resistance bonus on fortitude saves against sight and light-based hazards or attacks such as glare, blindness, gaze attacks, and so on.
Arlen doesn't like these. He's like, it's obvious we need to
Would they
destroy
help you
all
with
of these
looking at
items.
the sun?
What's that?
Would it help you with looking at the sun?
Probably. They probably also... I think... Let me just look at Penumbra. They probably also do the same as Penumbra.
Penumbra lets the creatures with light sensitivity operate on the surface.
Yeah, they also act that way. Constant Penumbra spell.
Right, now that we've grabbed the old lady's goodies.
Kill her and run!
I believe those were worn by Ambrose himself. A long time ago. My husband wore them occasionally.
Yes. When dealing with things that are very bright, I assume. These would protect you from... protect your eyes from anything that would damage them, anything that produces too much light. Looking into the sun. Oh, rainbows.
So, we should probably try to identify that wand.
Yeah, Arlen's gonna try to identify the wand.
Okay.
Do I get a +2 from the ring on that or not?
No, it is knowledge and profession checks.
To spellcraft.
Nope. Not today. Aaron's all fresh out of rolls.
Yeah, you don't-
28.
Okay, you spend some
Yeah,
time
boy.
with the wand.
Yeah,
the,
boy.
the wand, while you were hoping for a control device, I guess this will do.
So don't get smashed of it.
Go, stop.
This wand is a charged item.
The fuck does that mean?
It has
There's charges.
It has 17 charges left in it.
Is it the...
And it allows you to cast Daze upon the golem that it was crafted from or out of.
The golem get a save against the day's effect?
Yeah, it's not automatic.
So it's a DC 10 will save.
Yes.
We
How
still
long
might
does
need to smash that golem.
How long does days last?
A round.
It means that you're not taking actions for 1 round.
Fuck.
So,
We're gonna have to smash the golem.
ma'am, if I might politely, your husband had ginormous testicles.
Yes, they were delicious. What is this being? No, oh god.
Yeah, it would probably be Daze Monster, which I believe is a 4th level spell, so the DC is a little higher.
That'll help us out. At least be 50-50.
Yeah, but aren't golems immune to this shit? But it's
It's
specifically
one specifically for it, though.
Yeah, it doesn't work on stone golems, it works on the one that you specifically crafted. Yeah, Daze Monster is a 2nd level spell, so DC 13.
Better than DC 10. Does our Magus have
ability to cast them at a higher DC.
I knew the wand stuff?
It's Edward, right?
Yeah. I'm looking right now.
Edward. Eddie.
He does have craft wand. I don't think
Could he recraft? Could he recraft that wand? Yeah, but it's useless. The golem's just stuck down there.
it's not useless. It's very situational.
Yeah, it was like somebody was trying to save cost for actually creating a shield golem and then the control device.
And they had big balls because they're like, I'll just sneak around it.
Fuck yeah! What the fuck?
So when it's dazed, can you move through its square?
A dazed monster, the dazed condition,
Dazed for days.
it's not stunned.
So
Unable to act normally, the creature dazed takes no actions but has no penalty to AC.
so that implies that while it doesn't get an AOO, you still have to do a tumble check or something to get through it.
Yeah,
And that hallway, if I remember correctly, was 10 feet wide.
yeah.
So we have to become small creatures to walk through its space. While dazed.
Yep. This suggests that it's been used quite a few times. Like any wand, it originally had 50 charges.
How did your husband die again? No, I'm kidding.
He was murdered, apparently.
Yeah. He was murdered by a golem while trying to roll.
No, he didn't die against the goal.
Yeah, I know. He's funny, but okay.
All right, what are you doing with these things?
Looks like we know what everything here. So when you cast gaze, does it affect everyone in the area? Because that's what these goggles would assume they are for.
No.
Oh.
So we found the device to get through.
I'm not gonna
We would
say
like
what
to
these
borrow
O's
this,
are.
if you would, ma'am. But we're still going to need to come up with a plan. So a little bit of rest. It's kind of late.
Yes, we need to prepare for tomorrow.
Okay.
It's gonna be an interesting day.
Very exciting. I'm glad you found those things. Do you need to use any of them when you go to the to face the golem?
I believe we'll need everything except for the tier. The rod might be to use against the golem. I believe that there's something inside that is opposite to the shadow that we would need the goggles for.
What?
And the ring would help explain what they are.
And why wouldn't we need the Iron Stone?
She's listening, like she doesn't know what this thing does.
I do not want to touch it or use it.
Well, okay, just because you worship the ever-being light doesn't mean that the magic can't be used by other people.
Do you want
This
me
is
to
not
ask
normal
Radamer to
magic.
have a look at it if it is beyond your capability?
Arlen just wheels in close to her.
Yep.
I do not think that is a good idea.
Clearly it was important.
Yes, but...
Important enough for my husband to have crafted a replica of that thing.
Of the... Very good. We need... I would like for Radamer or somebody... We need a mage.
We need a young priest on an old brain.
I could... Nope, did not learn identify.
Did we try to identify? We did try to identify it, right?
No, you just try to cast detect magic on it.
Yep.
Alright, fuck that. Let's do identify! Identify!
Do you have
30,
identify?
31.
No, that's the same thing.
Skill.
What, are you high? Yes, yes, just say yes. All right.
Spellcraft with a plus 2
Spellcraft
to
with a
identify.
plus 2 to identify because you're an elf. Okay.
Yes.
Normally
This is what we just did.
He tried to just look at see if there was any magic. He didn't sit down and actually try to identify the properties of the item.
Okay.
So
All right.
let me just look up identify for a second. $15 plus caster level of the item. And that are like this. Right. I'm just looking up the caster level.
Identify the pro.
Oh well, fuck. Why is that so low? Fucking sucks. It's more like that. So 20, 28. DC.
If it's higher than...
The DC is 28.
$31.
It is difficult to see. Whatever this is crafted from, it is more difficult than it should have been. The magic is almost trying to hide from the magic that you're using to identify.
This magic is different. It's wrong.
The Shadow Star is an Ion Stone. It will float above your head. The primary power of the Ion Stone is to grant dark vision 60 feet, or to increase an existing racial dark vision by 30 feet.
Dun, dun, dun.
The secondary power of this is you may read, understand, speak, and write a strange language.
Crap.
The language seems to be that of the shadow plane itself. And the strange magic you now have a word for, given that you've sat down and concentrated on it. You believe that this is a tapping into an entirely different weave of magic that every other magic user on the planet uses, called the Shadow Weave. You don't know the exact properties of the Shadow Weave. That may require additional research, but you're pretty sure it is tapping into the spaces in between a weave. That's why it's hard to see. Like, picture a weave. Like, the magic's not coming from my fingers, it's coming from the spaces between the fingers.
Got it.
This thing is wrong because of that.
This is the opposite. This is the opposite of magic.
And all you have to do is to touch it, and it'll float around your head and grant you some powers. It feels wrong though, like while you're using proper magic to decipher what its secrets are, it felt wrong while doing it. While identifying it, did you touch it and make it go around your head? Okay.
No, Arlen already knew that. Arlen already knew that touching will fuck you up. The Priest of Light does not want to touch the item of darkness.
What does it do? Says Unwin.
Yeah, what does it do? What does it do?
The Countess is there. She's also interested in the... They've started moving all the furniture back in and everything, but she is now sitting down at the desk.
It's not what it does that is Okay, Arlen closes the safe. Closes the painting.
Okay. Well, don't keep us.
He's looking at the.
in the
He's
dark.
looking at. He's looking. He's working up the drama. Is there a perform check? Hold on.
Yeah, it's called Ahmed. Go.
There's a performance check. Hold on.
You can make an oratory check if you wanted to. It looks like you've got a +5 to your oratory.
Let's do oratory.
Those monsters. How could they have done this?
Why is it
A creation
+5?
beyond all things.
Exactly.
Something
No, I'm not gonna roll it.
Place.
It's a shitty
I'm
roll.
done. But yeah, fucking get your fucking Macbeth on. Go.
So he looks at the painting, the darkness. He looks at the ring. The light was putting away the darkness. I respect your husband much, much more now than I ever did before.
Oh.
He used the light, pointing at the ring and the rainbow, to shut out the things of darkness. The magic that we use comes from a web. The weave. This thing is opposite that. It comes from a place.
You mean opposite of magic is like anti-magic, where there is no magic?
No.
I'm pretty certain that's the opposite of magic.
It comes from the spaces from within the weave. The
Okay.
spaces where there are no threads of magic.
Edward's looks at Widget. He doesn't seem to understand. He looks at you. But you said that there was magic coming off of it. How can it be the opposite of magic if it's got magic?
It was very difficult to find. It did not want to be found.
So it's
Did
an
not.
illusion.
It's not an illusion. It's because what I'm trying to use, what I'm using to find it with, is not what it is made of. Hence, it was very difficult to detect. But it is there.
I'm
What this
starting
thing
to get
does,
confused.
what this thing does, is it allows whoever's using it to see in the dark, or if you can already see in the dark, it'll extend the range
So
of your.
goggles of dark vision, but in an iron stone.
That's one thing. Second thing is it allows you to. Well, I know. There's a shadow plane now. From that spellcraft, or what did you say that I knew or realized about it?
Do you have knowledge planes?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Then, yeah. I would assume.
Yeah, I have knowledge planes. So this thing allows you to speak, understand, write, read, shadow tongue, shadow speak. I'm not shadow plane. I'm not certain.
I'm fairly familiar with that of shadowy illusions.
I remember whenever my husband had that floating around his head, he did not do it very often, and I remember him having to rest for a couple of days afterwards. He complained of headaches. One time he had a bloody nose.
There's a price. I see. This thing would drain you. As it is wrong.
You saw no curse upon the item. Aside from it being made from this wrong kind of magic from Arlen's philosophy.
It is absolutely hilarious that the zealot is the one that we're getting the paladin version of what does this neutral item mean.
Right.
All that is not good, it is horrid. How dare this thing even exist? What does it do? It peels the potatoes.
Hey, I'm the one that rolled it, bitch.
But I'm the paladin of toil, and this is wrong. I'm the paladin of good hard work.
Do with your teeth.
Hard work builds character.
Potatoes peel thyself.
What are you going to do with all your free time? Says the paladin.
Idle hands are the devil's plaything.
Now I want to play that paladin. The paladin of toil. I'm marking that down as
We
an
must walk backwards. Fuck.
idea. paladin of toil.
The lonely paladin. Nobody wants to work with him.
Yeah, he just brute forces through everything. Yeah.
All right. I would not recommend. When was he using it? What was he doing?
He researched into things. He was, as you can see, quite the collector of magical things and artifacts. This Shadow Star thing.
The Dark Book.
I'd probably let you read it.
There's a reason he
Come
kept
on,
these.
put on the shadowy thing.
There is a reason he kept these
You're the
things
smart
separate.
one, Alan.
There's a reason he kept these things separate and hidden.
Well, yes, he was often fond of the phrase, "Don't put all of your eggs in the same basket."
Oh God! I would recommend we stay on alert until we are in a safe place, perhaps Vaddapol.
Yes, there's still something that this golem is guarding. He went through all this trouble for his safe.
I would suggest we do not leave these items. If we're going to go to the golem, I suggest we take all of these items. Having any of them here is dangerous for anyone that stays here.
It stands to reason that the Wand of Stone Orb is important to get past golem. Maybe the other things are useful as well.
All right, Countess, with your permission.
Just don't lose them.
Of course, I mean, we understand how.
Is one of us going to touch this thing and make the shadow star float around our head?
I would say not. Keep it.
It's an illusion. How bad could it be?
No, it is not.
Okay. It floats around his head. At first, you didn't feel too good. Could you roll a d3?
That's how much con you permanently lose.
I've already got permanently missing charisma. How bad could it be?
It might be as your eyes are adjusting and you're gaining dark vision. I don't think Widget has dark vision, right?
1.
Okay, so you take 1 wisdom damage as the thing floats above your head.
I'm not touching that shit.
Damage.
And now you have this weird knowledge of a language you didn't previously know. We can call it Shadow Tongue or Shadow Speak. I like either one of them.
It's kind of like standing with your eyes crossed all the time. A little painful, but it's so bad. He's got a 16 wisdom that he doesn't use for anything. So.
Yeah, it's like maybe it's the cost to pay for the eyesight.
All right. So instead of sleeping, I want to do a couple of things. One of them is look at the book. The other one is look outside when it's dark.
What's his name? Anduin, could you find me some paper and pen? Mm-hmm. Paper and writing.
He opens up the desk to the drawer and pulls out some paper and goes over to a shelf and gets some bottles.
If you insist on reading this book, which I am against, I do insist that you write everything that you read.
Okay. Sir Paldro goes and fetches out of the luggage the dark scale covered book oozing with shadow magic. It has an amazing lock with an arcane lock on the front of it.
Okay.
Good luck with that.
Does the cover say anything interesting?
No. Scales. The lock seems to be like forcing the book like magically shut. You can't even sort of wiggle the book open. Like it seems like all one piece that's really solid, as opposed to.
Oh yeah, this is still a problem, isn't it?
What kind of key fits in the?
A very weird one, and it doesn't look like a puzzle. It does look like a key.
It's probably inside. It's probably what the golem was protecting.
Maybe. So that leaves one other thing to do.
Have fun.
We're just going to spend a couple hours prowling around in the darkness, spying on people like a creepy weirdo.
Like a creeper. Yeah, you get used to having your dark vision.
Arlen goes to sleep. Fuck this.
Okay.
Arlen says, make sure someone's with you. Going out alone with such an item, no. Make sure someone's with you.
I believe the wisdom damage goes away when you sleep. Are you sleeping with the Ironstone above you, or are you putting it back in the box when you go to bed?
I think I'll take it off.
Okay.
I have a feeling it would be difficult if you're used to sleeping in the dark and you had dark vision. That would become irritating to sleep with. That's my.
You take it off that evening. It feels a little bit better. Your eyes kind of change. You guys sleep. You guys sleep that night. You recover your spells the next morning. All the group is there. Radamer fully expects you guys to go out and deal with the golem thing this morning.
Yeah. All right. It looks like we're gonna have to
he does
destroy
come in. You actually catch him that morning, kind of looking over the items that you found, minus the Dark Star. Like he's curious as to what you guys found.
So we identified what the items were. We'll be heading over today.
Oh, sorry. I love the note in Sam's sheet. Do you want to speak Imperial? I had to point in languages. No, it's fine. Sam, I don't want these people to-
He didn't take common.
No.
What's the hey Marty? What's the weather like right now?
Today, it is late spring, early summer, somewhere around there. It is windy. Suitable for a call lightning if you have it.
I'll put endure elements on the Countess.
Okay.
Make her more comfortable. She can go for a walk if she wanted to.
Yep.
Kissing up to the wealthy person who wants to buy her contracts.
That's fine. That's perfectly valid. Radamer doesn't say anything about this. He doesn't really. He wants to look at the magic items. He looks them over. He may have cast his own detect magic to make sure that this is what the things are. And then he goes down for breakfast. Who are you bringing to go back to the Giantswell?
Ugh. Roger. Actually.
Okay. Ugg, Roger,
Adam.
and Sam are a little hungover the next morning, but they're fine.
Found the bottom of the keg.
Yeah, who are you guys bringing?
Ugh. Adam, can you start looking at that? I'm looking at.
Looking at what?
Oh, Marty, could I identify the?
Widget wants to go.
Okay.
Sam can go or stay. It's either or. He kind of got emasculated by a wall and a lake and.
Yeah, but then he climbed out successfully, and then.
So I think he actually held on to Ugg.
Oh, right.
So he's not like mega keen on going back and going in the hole.
Here's a question, guys. Ireland found a bronze book that had some scrolls in it, I believe. It was a heavy. This was in the book in the Paloran temple.
Yeah. Yes, I remember that.
Where is it? I'm looking for it and I can't find it. I think there were like a dozen. I would say sheets, but I think there were slabs.
Yep, they were metal. Pages.
Scrolls.
Yeah,
there was strange writing on them, and you didn't know how to read the writing.
Maybe it's in the shadow language.
And you use the holy symbol that you found to open up the book.
Right.
Maybe it's shadow speak.
So are those listed on your character sheet? Because if not, put them on there.
I remember writing it down, but
the lady's house doesn't have the equipment to
climb down.
train, right?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so Paloran Book of.
So Sam will go.
Okay, Mortenzi's staying behind with the.
Oh, I got it.
Mortenzi's staying behind with the
copper
dwarves
pages.
because he doesn't want to fight the golem. He thinks fighting the golem's stupid.
Okay.
Have fun
Alright.
fighting the golem.
Yeah.
Because Kenzie only thinks you should fight things that bleed.
Which sheet are we on right now?
Right now I'm on Road of Sorrow, moving tokens around.
Oh, right. I was on conversation.
Roger could probably stay back, because close quarters in the thing...
And his arrows probably won't do any
So
damage.
you want to stand watch again, or...
Yeah, whatever. It's not like we're getting paid for this fucking shit.
Everything will come in due time, my friend. Just trust me.
Due time, aren't you? Don't elves live forever?
Yeah, they do.
He rolls in. He rolls in. Trust me, Roger. Keep an eye out for the Countess. Make sure she's safe.
You might want to deal with Barak Tarn there. He's been standing outside that shed all night.
I don't
Sam
really
will
give a
wave to
shit.
Barak.
I don't really give a shit, my friend.
Yeah, Barak Tarn's actually sitting in front of the door, cross-legged. It looks like he's meditating or sleeping. You're not sure.
He's having a hunger strike in front of them.
Can we even use him?
So, what's the plan?
Plan is we're gonna destroy the golem.
That wasn't the plan. That's the plan. A horrible plan.
There's no other way around it. We can get around the golem, but what if we are planning on taking everything out? What's the point of keeping the golem? Keeping the golem alive or there would cost us a lot. I say we just destroy it and get it over with.
Why don't...
It would be an obstacle for anyone else that came sneaking around.
Here's a plan. Here's an attempted plan. Wonder Boy over there, pointing to Edward, use the wand. Ugg tries to grab the golem and stick its head up its own golem backside. Everybody else kind of run past.
Could we throw it down the well into the water? Would it be a bit climb up?
Don't know if golems climb.
Yeah, but then we'd have to swim by it, says Ugg.
Which I'd rather
I'm not
not.
a big fan of being punched in the balls while I'm swimming.
Alright, so we stun it.
Although if we put you there while we're swimming, then you can get punched in the balls for us, and that will be...
I can just grab it.
We'll daze it. Ugg grabs it. We swim around. We move
Stand
around
on top of it for a while.
I don't know how strong it is. I do not know how strong this thing is.
How strong could it be?
It's made out of stone.
Yeah. Flesh is stronger, says Ugg.
I'm also made out of stone. It was the bit that got cut off.
Oh, fuck. Arlen's just rubbing his temples like, oh.
Yeah, Sam can help me too.
Oh. Right, of course.
Right.
Okay, so here's the plan. Stun it. Ugg will try to grab it. We move around it, and
So
see
who
what's
the
on the
fuck's
other side.
gonna push you around while the two of them are monkeying with a golem? Says
I can fly.
That is an excellent job, Roger.
Sorry, I'm fucking coming with you.
I'm not that useless. I admit, I admit, there's a bit of uselessness in me. But please.
All right, there, buddy. I'll leave my full plate behind then. Sounds like we're gonna do a lot of climbing and swimming.
Didn't Roger fall all the way down?
No, he jumped. Big.
I fell all the way down. I remember.
He jumped. Can't believe we're going fucking back there. This better be good. He leans in and whispers to Arlen. Everyone can hear him. He's like, "This better be good."
It's like he puts his taps him on the shoulders, like he nods, like, "Yep."
Did you just cast a spell on me?
No.
Why are you touching me?
God, fuck! If I was fucking. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Ethan grabs the back of your chair and just starts wheeling you down the road. Somebody grab something good to eat.
On it.
Alright, so it's these yahoos. I'm going to go to the Giantswell Cistern map. There, I'll just... Oh, you're already all there. Giantswell.
Alright, I'm gonna quickly grab a
Nobody
Probably
cares.
run for your left.
Nobody cares.
So
Nobody.
you're leaving Barak Tarn behind?
Yeah, we'll let Radamer and him sort it out.
Yeah, we let them do that shit. It's like,
Eh.
We're both going. Hey,
fuck it.
You know what? You're both kind of hard to work with.
You know what? Fuck it,
You
guys.
can sort it out.
We'll see which alignment
lawful
we're
good
gonna
and
go
lawful
with.
evil.
We're gonna see which alignment we're gonna roll
The
with when we
chaotic
come
good
home.
guy and like the neutral guy are like, that guy's more important. Although we
Erlen's like, whatever. I got more important shit to do.
All right, so why don't we take a quick wash and break here? And we're back.
We have to spread out some of the wealth between us. We've got a lot of items that we got to do. We got to spread out.
Yeah, we won't do that right this second, unless there are any choice items you wanted to grab before doing.
I'm gonna take a quick look. I remember there's a lot of spells, not spells, sorry, like potions and stuff that we could benefit from.
Okay, and do you know what Ugg is going to bring to the well with you? Is some extra rope this time.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Hanging like assholes off the side.
Yep.
Didn't we get their rope, actually? Or did they cut it? I can't remember. I think they cut
So Ugg is going to carry a 100-foot silk rope with grappling hook. And then a separate, just 60 or 50-foot coil of hemp rope.
Oh boy.
The hemp rope will be used for like tying people up.
Oh yeah, bad Ugg.
Bad Ugg. Well, because he's got such awesome grapple checks and that sort of thing.
Grappling is pretty cool.
All right, so you guys travel down through the farmlands and the fields that are tended to by the indentured servants and slaves owned by the Opel family. The farmland, as far as you can see, is owned by them. There are some trails that this is a common picnic spot. There you see the 3 lonely trees next to the gorge that leads into the quite beautiful and dangerous Giantswell cistern. This gorge is what the entire farm and the region is named after when they called it the Giant's Well. So we're on the Giant's Well cistern map, if you're not already there. And yeah, you're once again looking down upon the calm waters below that are quite deep. You know that you've slain the watery danger that is there, the big catfish. The electric catfish that lived in the Giant's Well. Ugg is setting up a rope. I'll get rid of the damage that are on your tokens and all the spells.
Yeah, we
It
healed
looks
that.
like this is a new day. Okay. You guys are in much better spirits, although Roger's kind of pouting. He doesn't like this adventure, and he's been chafing a little bit more lately. Is what I recall from months ago when we were playing. Being a former soldier turned gladiator and now forced to serve Radamer, who's not a real gladiatorial boss, but
Arlen's aware of that.
yeah. Ugg is testing on the ropes and pulling on them, and I'll draw a brown line representing the rope and how far it goes down. So there's 100 feet. And I guess you guys know from your last time, so he tied 2 ropes together. We'll say it's a 130-foot coil. At the farm, at the manor and the farm, there was no problem finding enough rope. How are we doing this? Are we just swimming down there and attacking it? We gotta... Roger's like, we gotta get fucking down there first. He's kicking at rocks and looking over the edge.
We'll climb down.
You want to leave your chair up here, Arlen? Says Ugg to Arlen.
Sure, Ugg. That's fine.
Okay, so he picks up Arlen and puts him into the harness on his backpack.
I appreciate everything you do for me.
He looks at you like he doesn't know what to say at the compliment. Are you feeling quite all right, Arlen? Says Edward to Arlen.
Arlen's in high spirits. Like, yes. He thought about being citizens.
Subjects.
Subjects, I'm sorry, subjects. And not slaves.
Yeah, it was a neat carrot to dangle. All right, we're going down. Fucking can't believe we're back here again, says Roger as he begins climbing over the edge. Yeah, he wore his lighter armor today, and soon he's just swimming across the pool, glancing at Roger's skills.
How far down is the how far along is the exit tunnel?
He's got a +12 to climb and a +8 to swim. Yeah, he's got no problem.
Arlen's asking the other guys, how far is it to
It is a good swim. You're going to need to hold your breath pretty big to get there.
No need. I've prepared water breathing today.
Is someone going to tell Roger to come back up here to get the spell?
Wait,
or
he already
Yeah, he already started climbing. He already started climbing
no.
down.
Roger, throw a light, cast light on a rock and throw it in front of him.
Hey, watch it!
Roger, I'm casting a spell that will allow us to breathe in the water.
Why don't we just climb it down there?
We'll do it down there, exactly. Just don't move ahead without us.
The fuck are you saying?
Wait there!
On the rope?
On the side, you asshole!
Yeah, fuck yourself, fucking elf. Fucking bastard.
Here's laughter bouncing back.
Yeah, the echo of Roger's swearing and Arlen's laughter pierces the tunnel. You can see Roger fucking doing a backstroke, just throwing you a bird. Yeah, fuck you. Ugg smiles. It seems like there's a bit of mirth today, and he begins climbing down with once Arlen secure in the kind of like the leather backpack.
Yep.
Arlen, of course, missing his legs from the knee down because of a dastardly attack by desert drakes that burned them from his knees. He is yet to be repaired.
Arlen is comfortable the way the gods have made him now.
Yeah, Roger's about halfway across the pool by the time Ugg and Arlen plunge into the cold water of the Giantswell and begin swimming as well. Ugg is able to keep Arlen's head above the water by keeping his head above the water. Next to go down, some people are better climbers than others. Like, there are checks going to be, like, for some of you, there are checks that are required. Taking 10, Edward just has enough skill.
Who's the worst at climbing?
He's at a +5.
Who's the worst at climbing? Edward?
Let's look at Sam. Sam's at a -4 because he's missing his arm.
Missing his arm.
From the elbow down in a bad gladiatorial match. His climb is +6 with the minus. So he's able to climb down even with his missing arm. And the group of you is swimming across the cistern and kind of standing in the several inches of water along the slimy rocks of this shelf.
So Marty, Arlen has the featherfall ring on. Only when he's doing a study is he putting the other ring on.
Okay.
What should I call it, by the way?
It's got a name. It is called... I put it in... the ring that you recently got.
I just put Count's ring, but it's not the Count's ring. It's something else.
It's called the Ring of the Philomath Mystic. And then widgets climb. If we're taking a look here, Adam should be doing this, but he's away for a second. So, widget, the gnome illusionist fighter, has a climb of actually decent, +7. So he's able to climb down, no problem. We'll say 5 minutes later, you guys are all standing on these slimy rocks. You're soaking wet. The Giantswell cistern is cool, full of cool, clean water. Nothing attacks you as you guys were swimming across. It looks like you're the only things to disturb the well since the last time you were here.
Okay. Arlen cast water breathing on everybody.
You can divide it across all of them.
Yeah, it's creatures touched.
Okay, so 6 of you. How long does the water breathing last then?
It's 2 hours per level, so 12 hours divided by 6, 2 hours each.
2 hours each. Nice. Okay, your chest fills with this cold feeling and your saliva becomes really thick. And I think everyone had this spell cast on them before, so they begin slipping into the water and breathing in the water.
We spent a night.
Like Marty breathed in his
Before.
beer the other night. Oh god! So when I had Ahmed, Adam, and Mark down, basically for a week and a half on vacation,
We weren't at
ending
our,
last
We
week.
weren't at our peak at that point.
we we spent a week and a half playing D&D, going to restaurants, drinking, and just laughing. It was a week and a half of
Movies.
laughing.
It was good stuff.
Yeah, video games, movies. It was like awesome. It was one of the best vacations ever. But in a weakened state. I laughed so hard at something. I forget what it was. I think we were doing jokes about the Doomsday characters, and I laughed so hard that I breathed in my beer that I took a sip of. Oh, I was like choking. I thought I was gonna die.
I thought, oh no, Marty's gonna die. Who's gonna DM for us?
Oh no. All right. Is there a particular order in which you're going to swim down into the tunnel?
Yeah, I think Arlen and Ugg should go first.
Okay.
I'm going to cast. So who here has light? Who here can cast light? How many casters do we have? I think a bunch of people, right?
Edward has probably cast light on his sword.
I'm casting. Does Ugg have dark vision?
Yes.
Okay, so who else needs light?
Widget might need light, but it depends on whether he's using that Iron Stone or not. Roger definitely needs light because he's a human.
I'll give Roger a. Actually, I'll cast light on a bolt
Okay.
that he has,
Nice.
so you can fire it at. Hit that thing.
Okay. Are there any other spells going on?
I'll give you bull strength, Ugg,
Nice.
when we get to the top. And Edward has the wand, right? The wand of.
He does.
Okay. And this is called the Giantswell. There we are. There they are. I think Sam should be next after us, followed by Edward, Roger, and then Widget. That's a good order.
Okay. Are any spells being cast before you take the minute-long swim? Not quite minute-long, so 10 round. Yeah, a minute. Minute-long swim.
When we get to the top, Arlen's gonna see where the golem is, and decide whether he's gonna cast the bull strength or the grease. We'll see how it goes.
Okay, so Arlen, Ugg, and Samuel and Edward arrive at the opening as they swim down into the water, into the shadowy area. The light is illuminated from, or the light illuminates the corridor, the submerged corridor from Edward's light and some of the other lights that have been cast. The tunnel gets pretty small. I mean, like 10-foot diameter. And then arcs up into a hole in the floor in this particular chamber. This is the chamber where Mortenzi had faced the stone golem before.
Wait, where's the stone golem? Is it still there?
Yeah? So the four of you are now kind of blocking the tunnel as the two are behind you, and you can feel Roger kind of hitting your feet, like get the hell up.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast bull strength on Ugg.
Okay. Ugg is climbing out of the water, which means you're climbing out of the water.
Yep.
Roger then has a place to like pop his head out, and Widget has a place to pop his head out. Edward is casting a spell and move actioning out of the water. And we'll see what Sam and Sam is doing, because The second you guys are starting to push out of the water, the golem is starting to move forward. You can see it. There was a ramp that led up.
Mm-hmm.
So you can kind of see the bottom part of the golem at this point.
Good. Let me know when I can cast
And you can
spells.
hear the grinding of stone. Well, you cast your first spell, Bull Strength, and then I think the mechanic for this is to roll for initiative. Let us open up the initiative sheet. And most of your token, or most of your names are at the top. Davis the Sellsword. No. Durance the Mercenary. Alvaro.
Let's get our thing together here.
Yeah.
Sheet of combat. Oh, dude, it's so good to do combat in this edition.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll a bunch of them.
I add my level.
Widget got a 13. Mortenzi's not here. Ugg got a 4. Arlen, you can roll that.
5.
Roger's got a 17. Arlen's got a 5.
Yeah.
And then it feels like we're missing 2.
Here, I'll roll 2.
Edward and Sam.
Okay, Edward is 10, Sam's 13.
What's happening?
You guys have gone to the Giantswell. You have water breathing running, and you guys are all now swimming up into the area with the golem. A spell has been cast on Ugg from Arlen. Edward had enough time to cast a spell as he hopped out of the water. Sam, you also had you had a standard or a move as you're pulling yourself out of the water right before initiative got rolled. Roger, unfortunately, and Widget were waiting for people to get out of the way.
Okay.
So they basically spend the rest, like that setup turn, swimming to the surface of the tunnel that they're in.
Okay. This doorway still open?
Yeah, that doorway was a big slab that fell on top of Mortenzi, so it's open. When you guys started pulling yourselves out of the water, you heard the grinding sound of the golem starting to move, and you could see its feet up the ramp a little bit.
Okay. So.
And we just rolled initiative for everyone, but that first set of actions for some of you is what I was looking for.
Sam is going to use an action to grant himself. Oh, is it called reposition? What's the? Sorry.
What do you want to do?
Combat maneuvers.
Yep.
He wants. He's granting himself the combat maneuver feat. It's reposition.
Okay, so he's putting himself into a stance and thinking about some movements that he's going to use, using his brawler powers. Edward, I think, is going to cast a spell as he went out. I think that spell is going to be mirror image because he doesn't want to get punched by a golem. That
nobody wants to. Oh, then the swift action to start the crane stance.
Okay.
Oh shit!
Yes, he has mirror image. We'll cast mirror image because mirror image. Somebody want to roll a d4 for me?
You have an image.
No. +1 for every 3 levels, so 3 images.
Yep.
All right. So MI3 is on his token. What a bad movie. I actually don't remember it. So
Mission Impossible 7 is okay. That's somebody's.
Are they up to 7 now?
Tom Cruise just keeps going. I got money and I like making these movies. I'm gonna keep doing it.
Or
you can't stop me.
Or it's
what
this
are you gonna
crazy
do?
religion
Free
telling
market.
him there shall be more movies. Fucking Scientologist just forcing him, milking him for all he's worth.
Make another one.
Our enrollment is down. You must make another movie.
Also, stop talking about us in public.
Right. Okay, and then the golem. Oh yeah, the golem needs to get initiative. She's gonna stand there forever? No. You know what the CR of a stone golem is, right?
Yeah, it's Bad News Bears. It equals 1 CR.
These are 6th level characters. Now there are 6 of them.
Oh, no. We've got 6th level XP, but not all of us are 6th level.
Right, you haven't finished training yet. Okay, yep. And there may be some 5ths in the group, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't have a 6th level character.
Okay, the beginning of initiative, Roger gets to go first. He's still in the water. I wonder if you could just make a swim check and just paddle in the water and fire. No, that's kind of stupid. He's going to swim as a move to get out of the water, and the thing's got a lot of cover, so at this point he's now taking out his crossbow and aiming it, I guess. He takes out his crossbow. So, Widget.
Widget is going to swim out of the water.
Yeah, we'll say that's a move action to get out of the water.
Okay, and... do illusions work against... he's going to get out of the water, and he's going to cast haste.
Awesome. So that's a 6-round haste?
A 5-round haste.
5-round haste. Okay.
Level caster.
Okay, and which means you could affect 5 people, so one person is excluded.
Arlen would a hasted Arlen wheel faster upstairs? I don't really.
He doesn't.
Think so.
He left his chair outside by the trees.
He's on Ugg.
He is strapped to Ugg, who is going to be grappling the golem. This is going to be great.
This is going to be fucking hilarious. Yeah, we're going to get screw Arlen. He doesn't have any legs.
Okay. There is a spell of great alacrity that is cast. All of you feel your movements quickened, except for Arlen. And then it is Sam the Giant, formerly Sam the Hin.
I got an idea. Sam's gonna move forward to by the doorway.
Okay, that
he's gonna cast True Strike out of his rogue powers.
Okay.
Ho, ho, ho.
Like Roger, even Arlen, Swashbuckler, Mage's Spellcaster is OP in any book, and you get my point. Yes. Yes, these are heroes. Are they the stuff that heroes are made from, though? That is a different question.
The answer is no.
There we are.
So the gray block is the broken bits of the door that fell on Mortenzi previously. That is considered difficult terrain. If you're touching that square.
Okay.
The golem is reacting to the motion and starting to move down the tunnel. Its movement rate is tragically slow. There's one move, and then 2 moves, and it's standing in the difficult terrain.
Everybody get ready to get around it! I have an idea!
It kind of stupidly moves left to right and like shifting its neck and its torso slightly so it can kind of get a look. It's like it's using its body to look, and then it's raising a fist towards Sam because it's the closest target. As Sam's yelling about ideas.
I have an idea! Actually, it's like this. I have an idea!
Right. Edward? What the fuck are we supposed to fight this thing? Edward.
Use the wand.
That is probably how I'm going to fight this thing. He uses the Daze Monster wand. Daze Monster is technically on his spellcaster spell list because they have all the spells.
Oh, that is a thing.
It gets a will save. DC 13. The Stone Golem only has a will save of +4.
Yeah, their saves aren't great, but they have hit dice for galores.
It rolls a 10. It is dazed for a round. It takes no actions for its next round.
It doesn't look like it's gonna punch me! Everybody get ready!
I think the daze ends at the end of its turn. Okay. Or the beginning of Edward's, which is pretty much the same thing. Arlen. I think I got it. It does not look like it's moving very much. It's just raising its fist like it wants to punch Sam. And doesn't do
Arlen's
anything.
going to grease underneath it, but I'm going to grease on one side. So I want to grease like. No, I want to aim basically put the grease like over here, so it's only going to get this.
So you're doing that?
Yeah, a little bit down, like one more down, but that's fine.
Okay, so kind of like aiming at the corner.
Yeah, like right here.
All right. Grease goes off. It does get a saving throw. What's the DC of your save?
This is a first level. So 16.
Okay. There's no concentration check required for this because Ugg hasn't done anything yet. I am going to start to call for concentration checks if you're going to like ride around in Ugg's.
Yeah.
It gets a 20.
Son of a bitch.
So it slid a little bit. It was kind of like sliding sideways and then just stopped. The weight of the creature itself coming down the ramp and into the rubble didn't make it fall. Ugg. Well, Ugg's going to take this opportunity to attempt to grapple the creature. He moves up to the stone golem. Ugg is
why is he on this side? He's
raging.
He's got bull strength.
He's got bull strength.
Maybe he's 21, so 25?
His grapple is plus 4 because of that.
Yeah.
Okay, so his grapple's plus 25.
Yeah.
What's the CMP of a stone golem? CMT.
It's doable. It's not guaranteed though.
How big is it, Steve?
Ahmed, you want to give us an Ugg grapple? Lucas, give us an Ugg grapple, man. This is 1d20 plus 25 to see if he grapples the stone golem. If you'd like.
Fuck you.
Oh, okay. So Ugg basically, there's a bit of grease that slipped out of the square.
That's not my fault.
And you're welcome and good night. Hey, it happens to the best of us.
He slips, falls backwards on top of Arlen.
No, there's a bit of grease that came off of the golem as it was sliding, and Ugg tried to grab it and slipped a little bit. So that was Ugg's turn. Roger.
Arlen's starting to slowly unbuckle himself. Okay.
Roger is 30 feet away from the golem. He is just going to start firing at it to see if he can affect it.
Yep.
He's going to rapid shot. He doesn't have favorite enemy construct. He gets to apply his vicious aim. And he's just going to rapid shot it. Plus 12, plus 12, plus 7. As Gnome Slayer, the name of his heavy crossbow, is
Gnome Slayer, the foe
firing.
that slayed no gnomes.
Yeah.
So plus 12, plus 12?
Plus 12, plus 12, plus 7. Would be plus 13, plus 8 because of point blank shot.
It's 14, so fuck my life. 18? 18 does 18 hit the golem? I don't think it does.
18. So these bolts are hitting the golem, but the bolts are basically breaking apart, leaving no damage.
Fuck.
So he fired these ones really quickly. He might have to start deadly aiming and like taking proper aim. He's like, "Oh, that thing's indestructible," is what he says. "Fuck you, Arlen."
This probably would have been easier if there wasn't a big greasy pile there.
Why'd you bring a shitty bow?
Fucking guns would have taken this thing apart. Widget.
Widget is going to.
He does not have many shot. Yeah, I don't think you can many shot with
a crossbow. Widget's gonna move over here and ready to move down the hall.
But I will show you Roger's feats, though. He's pretty kitted out with his crossbow. All right, so Widget moves. It flinches and twists in the greasy rock pile that it's in. Does that mean it's got double difficult terrain right now?
Yes, that's why I put it there.
Fuck. It's 5 foot step. Isn't a 5 foot step? It would be 20 feet of movement. That sucks. All right. So Widget goes running into the corner, and what are you doing there?
Readying to move down the hall. What? The golem's out of the way.
Okay. You could try to tumble through its squares now.
No.
Well,
no.
It can't act, so it doesn't get an AOO. So if you failed, you just wouldn't make it.
True.
But you wouldn't get your readied if there's movement issues.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll see if one of the boys can move it out of the way.
Okay. Sam.
Sam's going to use his True Strike reposition to reposition the golem out of the way.
That's funny. Okay, so you're doing a reposition attack. You're trying to attack its CMD. The CMD of the golem is 33.
Okay. Sam has a CMB of plus 10, typically. He's got the feat magically, so that's plus 12, and then he adds 20, so he has a plus 32.
Because he's rogue and he took major magic power, and the major magic spell that he can cast once per day or twice per day is True Strike.
True Strike.
Okay, so he's hasted. Did you include haste bonus in there?
33.
Yeah, hasted. He cast some magic that is making his hands swirl, and then he put himself into a stance where it's a low kind of sumo-like stance where you're trying to push him out of the way.
Judo.
Of course, you only have one hand to be right. Whoa. So reposition. Go ahead. Give me your roll.
I roll a 2 and I get it.
Okay. So I think that means you reposition him 5 feet.
No, I think this one it's any square I threaten.
Oh.
For every 5 which your attack. Oh, wait a sec. No.
This feels like 5 feet to me, but
it's a 5 feet. Yeah, no, it's 5 feet.
All right, you somehow pick up the golem out of the difficult terrain and kind of shift it down this way. It grinds against the rocks. It's still standing in the grease.
Can Widget fit through that?
It looks like it isn't a hard corner. So, yes, but that would mean you don't get, like, awesome cover from that. Like, yes, you can.
Whee!
So Widget takes a move and... All right, Widget, you wander into a stone chamber. It is perfectly 20 feet to each side, including height. There is about 10 feet up a band of runes that goes around the entire perimeter of the room. And give me a perception check while you're up there. Oh, one last thing. Did you use the Dark Star today?
Yeah.
Okay, so that night you healed your 1 wisdom damage and then rolled D3. When you threw up the Dark Star, you took 3 wisdom damage.
Oh no!
Yeah, you've had headaches all morning. The ramp ends at this point here, and your perception check is.
Oh, I see why the wisdom damage. 6.
Okay, you can see
7.
You can see a slight pedestal, maybe that was made like it's not even a pedestal. It's like a lip up where the golem stands typically. And then aside from the band of carved runes around the edge of the room, you don't see anything. It's like it's empty up here.
Shit, there's a puzzle room or something.
No shit, stupid.
All right, the golem spins the round dazed.
Sam's move is going to...
Oh, sorry.
He's going to just get to that other side so he could keep... So we can get a flank with Ugg.
Okay, yeah, you slip
try to push
slip
the
by
golem
the
out.
golem. Now the golem is active, although it spent its round dazed. It is now kind of... It lowers its fist and is looking around at everyone and raising both fists this time.
I was like, this is not where I planned to be today.
Use the wand again.
Edward's like kind of swirling the wand with a stone off the edge. Yeah, Sam, you notice that there is a perfectly kind of semicircular kind of groove in the back of the golem's head that looks like the wand would fit perfectly into it.
Can't get over here. There's no
fucking wand over
thing.
here. Bring the fucking
You gotta
wand.
shove it in like a. It is a penis.
What are you talking about? He's just using the wand, and the
You
golem
gotta
gets
take
it.
it from behind.
Oh, the golem failed again. Fuck this golem. All right.
Take it over here. Come over here.
All right, he's going to cautiously move forward. 25 feet is... What are you talking about?
Stick it in.
That does not seem right to me.
Just shove it in.
All right, well, he's out of movement. He's got the wand in his hand. Arlen, what are you doing?
Um,
You're being jostled around on Ugg's back.
I'm thinking of casting Grease right underneath Sam and Edward, but no. He's gonna delay until Sam takes the thing. And, Sam, put the rod. Take it from Edward and put it in the slot.
Ah.
Okay.
He's delaying.
Arlen's delaying.
Wait, no. Fuck it. I'm gonna put Bear's Endurance on myself.
Okay.
Just in case.
I'm gonna look up the
Make
concentration
combat
check
rolls.
for movement. He tried to do a combat thing, so concentration.
Concentrate.
Can I do it defensive or not?
You can cast defensively.
There's no
Vigorous motion is a bouncy ride in a wagon. It's equal to DC 10 plus the level of the spell you're casting. So it's a DC 12.
plus 11.
If I'm just gonna say, if you take footage from
Yes.
a side of a bus or a wagon or whatever, and that's one thing, but then you watch Hardcore Henry, and you vomit all over yourself.
Right.
Just gonna say, there's not quite.
Hardcore. I had a hard time.
Okay,
watching
so
Hardcore.
you are able to keep. You've done this before. You're able to keep concentrating on your spell, and you are able to cast a spell on yourself. You feel like you have been bolstered. That was Arlen casting a Bear's Endurance. Ugg is now flanking with Edward, who has the wand in one hand and I guess his sword in the other. So this grapple check is now at plus 27. Go ahead, Lucas. 1d20 plus 27. This is for Ugg's grappling. The DC we now know for the golem is 33. As Ugg with his 3 arms reaches out to the golem while it's got its hands in the air and he's trying to put it in a position and make it bend over.
Yeah, better position so I can shove it in.
Okay, Ugg is now grappling the beast. There we go. Yeah, exactly. I'm just going to have to look through Ugg's... I forget the order of operations for this. So...
Because he initiated it, I don't think he gets to use like.
While
greater grapple.
raging, whenever you succeed at a grapple check, you can choose to deal damage as if you had also succeeded to maintain the grapple. That is rage. That is a rage grappling rage power. And once per rage, the barbarian can make a trip attack. I guess in place of a no, he's not doing that. So he gets to do damage to the thing or attempt to do damage.
Yeah,
He doesn't do his sneak attack because it's a golem, and he can't strangle it because it's a golem. Okay, so the damage for his grapple is 1d. Where is it? Why didn't I have this listed? 1d3 plus 7 normally. Raging brings that to 9. Bull strength brings that to 11. 1d3 plus 11 minus 10. So 1d3 plus 1 damage. He does 2 damage to the stone golem, And it is now grappled.
Again, because he doesn't get the extra grapples yet. Because does he have greater grapple?
He
Even that-
has improved
Allows
unarmed
him-
strike, improved grapple, power attack, and weapon focus grapple. Greater
so
grapple's probably the next one.
Yeah, that one, but that only helps next round.
Okay, so he is grappling the golem, and you can hear the stone crack a little bit. And for Sam, he is making the golem. He's twisting the golem's arm behind its back. It's quite impressive. Roger, I said, just fucking hold it there. He's gonna take special aim.
The bullseye shot.
Bullseye shot. He's going to bullseye shot, but also deadly aim. That would make it
damage.
+4 to hit, -2, so +2. Okay, Ahmed, give me a roll at +16 for Roger.
21.
AC 21 strikes the golem, but again, this crossbow bolt just seems to disintegrate as it flies.
Go
over.
home, Roger.
I'll get it. Fuck. Thing. Widget took the readied action when the not when the golem moved. When it was when Sam did a thing.
When
right?
Sam did his thing. Yeah.
Okay. He's actually faster than Sam, so he gets to go.
We'll search this space, or actually, we'll detect magic in this space. Guys, detect magic.
We'll be there in a sec. Don't panic.
Okay.
Try
Sam.
not to get killed.
Sam detects a really strong spellcraft. Oh no, you sense the presence of magic the first round. Never mind. There's the presence of magic and the way
Round
you're.
2, you pass out.
There's magic in here somewhere.
Yeah. And then I'm just looking at whether or not Ugg is considered grappled. It's either he's not considered grappled or he doesn't get the penalties for grapple, and that's what I'm. Just
I think he doesn't get the he doesn't lose his dex. It's not considered flat-footed. So he's fleets.
-4 dex for grappling. I think is what's missing.
Yep. But I don't think he has that.
When the
Grappled
Strangler has the
style.
grapple condition, she does not take the -4 dex and does not lose dexterity bonus to AC. So you still have the grapple condition. You just don't take the penalties.
There's like 4 different ways of getting that, by the way.
Yeah.
Pretty cute.
All right. Okay. Which is weird. I don't know why they kept the condition but without the penalties, but there
So
must
that
be
you can
some.
use other grapple feats that require grapple.
Yeah.
When you start your round with a grapple condition, you can blah 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 blah.
No, it's been a couple of months. Thanks for
Yeah.
asking that, pointing that out. It's appreciated.
How does my character work?
Yeah, how does this NPC
Legit
work that we
question.
haven't played in 2 months?
Yep, been a while.
So, Roger.
This is a shout out to
fired,
everybody on the stream.
and then-
Welcome, and I hope you
and
guys
then Widget
enjoy.
is casting Detect Magic. And
Yeah, he's looking around, trying to save everyone.
which direction are you pointing the cone?
We're gonna start with the pedestal. Actually, we'll start with the runes.
The runes go all the way around the room.
We'll start with the pedestal.
Okay, so you're also getting the runes in this big cone,
Yep.
and there's the presence of magic in front of you. Sam, what are you doing?
Sam is taking the wand that does look like a penis, and it's going to stick it in the back of the golem.
Okay, so
in the hole.
move action. You grab the wand from Edward. Edward lets you take it, and now the creature is still moving. So you do need to make a touch AC to put the thing inside the thing. What's that?
He's dazed?
Yeah, he takes no actions. He still has AC.
Oh, he
and
still has
stuff.
his AC. Yeah,
So
he,
the touch AC of the golem is 8.
the touch AC of the grappled golem
is 6.
less. Yay! Barely.
Okay. Clink.
Arlen's just looking at you like, that's
it-
it. You can do it, Sam.
It's
you can do
it's stuck. Like it fits in, and it kind of like it almost like there's a little bit of a, whether it's so well crafted or maybe some sort of magnetic force, it kind of goes clink, and it's like stuck into the back of its head, but the golem's still moving around.
All right, I got it in.
I think
Now
you,
what?
I think you need to say the words.
Fuck.
Identify. Sorry, Marty. Can Arlen do an identify on his turn? Where we see the magic item going into the active magic
So use
item.
Use magic device.
So you used a move and then you made an attack roll. You could probably UMD the thing to pretend to cast the wand. The only words the magic item has is to activate the wand, says Edward.
14.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's not on your turn. You ran out of actions. You grabbed the wand and stuck it in.
This guy has big balls because he's like, you wait for it to come and you can't ready. You have to delay, so you have to be the right distance away from it so that you can cast the spell.
It's a two-man job.
Well, with 2 wands. Or you throw it. The other guy can't. Oh god.
No, you hire a bunch of doofuses. The golem attacks them, and then you sneak up behind it.
There needs to be bloodstains all over these walls.
The golem is now active. It spends the round dazed and is now active and kind of like actively fighting away from the grapple.
Say the words.
Edward, it's grappled, so it doesn't have a. You're standing in the square he needs to be in. Okay, he's going to go.
I could 5-foot step.
Yeah. Get that out of the way. It doesn't get an AOO. He squeezes by. He then is going to touch the wand and then say the
El kaboom. Elka, shut up.
All right. It gets a will save. It fails. The golem just goes and is like ceased all struggling against Ugg. It is now incapacitated. Arlen?
Whew. Well then, glad I was of service. Way to go, gentlemen. Yes, good job.
Victory? Question mark.
Way to go, guys. I'm proud of you all. Now on to the puzzle.
Okay. Ugg is going to basically push the stone golem down to the ground.
Give it the prone condition.
Yep. He basically is standing on top of it at this point. How long do we have?
Don't break the penis wand.
Don't break the wand.
Don't worry, I can say the words again if it starts to wake up. So Edward is standing there with a wand in the back of its head.
Excellent. All right. Let's go. Well, Arlen needs Ugg.
No, Ugg is standing on top of the golem to make sure it doesn't go anywhere.
Oh fuck.
Sam, come get Arlen.
Wait, Arlen's gonna unstrap himself.
Okay. So you're out of the harness and you just kind of one-handed scooped up by Sam.
Ugg will carry Arlen like a purse.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
Under the one arm, because he's got the one. That's all he's got.
Legs weigh a lot, man.
Yep.
Just saying.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm an elf to start off with, so
Spellcraft
it's not much.
widget.
Yeah. See, it's magic in here.
What have we got here? Arlen's starting to enjoy puzzles.
Apparently, Arlen's good at them.
That's actually a 27 because I can't do math.
All right. So, where's the magic coming from?
27.
Actually, Marnie, I'll switch rings. I'll take the feather fall off and put this one on. The ring of the Philomath something.
Okay, there are several auras in the room. There is a moderate transmutation coming from the stone block.
Okay.
Like where the golem stands.
Mm-hmm.
There are 2 swirling moderate transmutations that are on that stone block of equal power.
Transmutation, would that repair a golem?
The runes around the room look terribly similar to the trap that was on the vault. It's almost like the same wizard who put the trap on the vault also put the trap in here.
Okay.
Yep.
But it's curious. You know that, or you suspect. Why would they trap just the runes? It's almost like if you disturb the runes, the trap goes off. But it's like, what did
Okay,
I
I need
say?
more
Like
information.
6 feet off the floor, kind of all the way around the room.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
But sorry. There's magic coming off the pedestal.
Yeah, it's more like a stone
lip.
block that is about several inches
Right,
raised from the floor.
the tiny stage.
That it looks like the golem sits on. It's like a dais.
And then you said there was 2 other transmutation.
No, there are two transmutations coming off the dais and a strong evocation coming from the runes that circumvent the room.
Oh, there's evocation around the entire room.
Yep. It runs the perimeter of the room.
Okay, are there any scorch marks or burn marks or anything around the room?
Nope. The room looks a little dusty. The dais has no dust on it.
Yeah. So, we're just gonna take a step back. So push Sam back. He's gonna take a coin or a pebble, and he's gonna throw it on top of the dais.
I was like, oh fuck. Are there any images that we can work with? Any like perception check? Can we like do a little walk around?
You're throwing a coin on top of the dais?
Yep.
Okay, so the coin doesn't bounce. It kind of goes bloop, like into the raised dais, and then begins to sink into it like the dais is liquid when the coin disappears.
What the fuck?
Somehow it's liquid and yet still several inches off the ground.
I'm like, well, I did not expect that shit to happen.
Any dust.
I don't know. Maybe the golem has a broom or something. Once every 30 years, brush the thing. All right, maybe not.
It might explain why there's no dust on the dais.
Dais. So,
There are no
Is that a
footprints
horrible-
either. It's weird.
is that a horrible trap, or is that so that you need to get the golem out of the way before going and seeing the treasure?
How would we get out once we're in?
Does liquidy
No.
rock work with your water breathing? Can you breathe the liquidy rock?
I'd welcome you to try it.
We could stick you in. I heard this term one time called a swirly.
Why don't we? I have an idea.
The spell,
So let's-
you know your own spells. It says water specifically in
Yeah.
the spell. This is more like
No.
the consistency of like
mercury.
more like concrete.
No, this will just be a grave. Sam, could you take me around? And I want to see the symbols along the wall. I need to examine them.
All right.
Do not touch the dais, please. Actually, before he steps in, can we look at the ground as well? Or you can walk where the golem walked.
All right. Where do you want your face to be? I will point your face at where you want it to go.
He basically gonna start from this corner and just look around.
Okay, he's grabbing you kind of roughly by the back of the head with his one hand, trying to steady with the other hand, and scanning the runes like a barcode.
Yeah.
Okay.
So perception check.
Yeah, give me a perception check. I guess Sam is helping, and I guess Widget could help as well, as you're looking around the room.
I want to look here. No, I want to look here. No, I want to look over there.
Bring me back there. Now bring her over here. Now flip me over. What the?
Widget has nothing except sarcasm to contribute.
Excellent.
And Sam has a... actually, Sam will search for traps while we're jacking around, so he auto-aids in this other one, but then he'll look for traps.
Oh, right, he's a rogue.
Yeah.
Yay, use your fucking abilities.
Adam's in a good mood today.
I guess I'm a rogue. I'll do what I'm supposed to do and look for traps. Yeah, whatever.
One hand.
All right, so
Yeah,
are you
tools.
are you
Hey, what's
aiding
that?
are you aiding his perception check?
Yep, +2.
Okay.
Yep. Oh, for fuck's sakes. 22.
All right. Well, you see the runes. They go around the edge of the room. You're kind of like you're. I'm assuming you're not stepping into the concrete.
Yeah, we're not.
The runes run all the way around the room. They stop at the corner. You suspect?
Are they symmetrical? Like, are they like?
No, they're
here
like
and here?
they're like a band of geometric runes about 6 inches thick.
Yep. Sam will now look for traps. Because
Do you also look for
Rope.
buttons, Sam?
Okay. Well, first thing, traps.
Traps.
Yep.
Things that can be pressed. Actually,
28?
shit, no, fuck.
It's 25 plus spell level for magic traps.
yeah.
Fuck. Does anybody here
So-
know how to track?
With a +2 because they told you that it's radiating evocation magic. Sam finds 5th level magic. You still don't actually see it. Like you understand the runes are a trap, but you don't see where you'd stick your thieves' tools to make it go away.
This whole, like, you're a rogue. I don't have these tools. I also only have one hand if I did have these tools.
And then because you've seen it, you saw the coin disappear, and seeing is believing. You do see the trap for the dais. You don't want to stand on the dais. You're pretty sure that anyone stands in the
turns into
dais
stone?
sinks.
Hmm.
This is like quicksand. Like you kind of played with the top of it. You stuck something in the top of it, and you're like, oh, this is like quicksand. You're gonna fall into it.
What about above us?
Sam didn't see any traps above him, although there could be a death spell up there with your roll. But
Could be a shitty rogue.
what you don't understand is how does the golem stand there?
Hey, can you check the golem's feet, the soles? Is anything interesting about that, Edward? Sorry.
Yo, it is. There is tiny ruins on the bottom of its feet. Now that you mention it,
What is it? Sam, could we have a look, please?
the runes have something to do with earth spell or earth element.
Are they magical?
Sam is increasingly unceremoniously carrying Erlen. He's going back.
Just
to the
kind of
other end.
ragdolling him around.
I'll remember this.
Yeah,
His own grease ball.
Sam, you're pretty sure with your roll and seeing it that was an earth trap, and these might have something to do with the earth. You could disable the trap. Now, disabling the trap is likely laying something over top of it, or throwing enough shit in to make it kind of fill up. But now that you see these runes on the bottom of its feet, you could probably try to disable the runes on the bottom of the feet, and then the golem might not do the thing it's supposed to do.
Well,
Like the
one
golem
second.
will fall, it'd be susceptible to the trap.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, one sec. Aaron's gonna detect magic on the runes on his feet.
Okay. There is magic coming from the golem. I guess
On its feet.
Ugg and Edward. Well, yeah, I guess you could aim the cone down. Yeah, there's moderate transmutation coming from the bottom of the golem seat.
Could we break his feet off?
I think that would be breaking the golem, although it would be kind of an Arlen golem after that.
We can put throw an arm
You're
in.
right. It would be.
I'm not carrying it around, says Ugg.
Yeah, this is kind of demeaning, if I'm perfectly honest.
All right. So
Like, he's not very
What?
nice about it. It's not, could you please do this? It's, go over there. I mean,
What do you mean, like this thing that I've got? I've got the control rod in the back of its head.
yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah, I'd be the mean to if I had this sort of thing that you put in the back of my head and I fall down. Do you want me to take it out to see what happens? No.
Probably have to take it out before we leave. I know then.
Well, all right. Let's go back. Sam, could we go back there, please?
Does anybody have a tube? Like a piece of bamboo or something?
I've got rope.
No, it needs to be like hollow.
Take
Like a big straw. Busted spyglass?
Anyone have a hunting horn?
I'd like to
Or
make a penis joke
I'm
right
looking.
now, but I'm busy carrying Arlen, so I can't grab myself. Edward,
Or you grab
me for
yourself.
it.
You grab yourself with your one good arm, and Arlen's there, like, no.
Roger's just looking at all of you. I forgot he was there. He was wringing out his fucking cloak or something. Are we done fucking around here?
Oh, fucking wet.
We gotta figure out how this trap works.
The answer is no for the hunting horn.
I don't have one. I don't have anything like that.
Anybody got a spear?
Edward carries a scimitar, a masterwork dagger, and a longbow. Roger carries...
Ugg has a pole axe.
There's a pole axe, yeah.
I think you guys masterworked and magicked it. Yeah, he's got chopper +1 pole axe or bardiche.
Yeah, he also has a +2 defending greatsword that we've never actually used. Probably should use that.
Yeah.
No, we talked about that. He's the only guy that can use the.
He also has Snowbeard's Lament, the +1 dwarven war axe that Snowbeard never got to use. Yeah, I think you should upgrade some of these weapons. Like, cash them in and get better ones.
Yep.
All right.
Okay,
Sam, could we please head back to the trap room?
Why, yes, we could head back to the trap room. Thank you for your politeness.
Sorry, I'm just trying to solve.
Fuck are we doing here? Did you get the treasure or not?
Well, we got to figure out how to get through this treasure.
Sam is going to plunk Arlen down and go back and get the chopper.
Okay.
Oh shit!
Be careful with it.
Yeah. So, if we break it, we'll get you another one.
All right.
Arlen has a.
Easy come, easy go.
Okay. We're going to stick the axe in the puddle to see if we can reach the bottom.
Okay. Oh, that's pretty deep. You go all the way down to... Well, actually, you've got your hand almost ready to go into the drink, and it's not... You haven't hit bottom yet.
Okay, I'll touch it with a fingertip. Not that I have too many... I'll touch it with my stump.
So you're pushing it all the way down?
I'll use my other hand to touch it to see if it, like, captures me or, like, how it feels on the skin.
Okay. It's like you're touching concrete, wet concrete.
Okay, but it, like, comes up and it's...
Yep.
Does it, like, cling to you or no?
It's a little clingy.
Okay, I'll reach... Oh.
Are you gonna like put your hand in as you're putting
the one-armed man is a little bit more protective of his one remaining arm than that.
Arlen's looking at him like,
because you're not touching bottom. You can feel it scraping against the side, but you're not quite hitting the bottom yet. And you're now holding on to the last few inches, and you haven't quite touched the.
He's not
the
willing
surface.
to stick his.
Okay.
He's not going to stick his hand in. He'll pull it out.
What are you trying to do? Says Roger.
I don't know how deep it is.
Well, fuck! Just put your hand in.
So here.
No, Roger, this is a trap. This goes very deep.
Maybe it's
This is like
the layer that you're supposed to go through.
perhaps.
The fuck do they have a big pit of? What is it?
Like rock,
It's like
mortar.
It's like you know what quicksand is?
Yeah.
It's like that, but it's made out of this shit.
So they don't want us to get to the other side then.
Well, the question is, where's the door? Where's the other side? Is it through there, or is there a door behind the golem, or what?
I don't know. I didn't build this place.
Marty, knowledge.
Which one's not your shooting hand?
Fuck, useless.
This one.
All right, you grab on there and see if you can stab it down.
He just grabs it and he pushes his hand in. Eventually, he kind of gets up to somewhere close to his elbow, and he's like, "Yeah, I think I hit bottom." It's about 10 feet deep.
No,
All right, so we're gonna now. I want to leave Arlen on the floor. We're gonna go over
Arlen
here.
is on the floor. You left him like 10 minutes ago.
We're gonna leave you down there. Stay down there, bitch. We're gonna drag it and try to feel along the bottom edge to see if there's like a tunnel.
Yeah, he's fishing around now with both of his hands in. It's like he's covered in like wet concrete, and he's pushing the thing in. And yeah, you're discovering that it's about a 10-foot deep pit.
Okay, then we'll do this other side too, just to. So we've done all the faces.
Yep. It's about 10 feet. He says he doesn't feel a difference between the depth on either of the sides.
Is there an
it's all the
opening?
same.
Like on the walls.
Oh yeah,
there
he's
an
scraping
opening?
against the wall as well. He's just covering this shit now, and he is not finding any openings down there.
So it's just a hole.
It might just be a pit.
Pit. Well, good job actually.
That's There's two
Interesting.
transmutations and a great big evocation.
He's pulling the thing out, and the stone, a bit of the stone is clinging to it, and it's starting to dry, and he's trying to like wipe it off of himself. He's just
Arlen, I think water will help you here. So Marlon will help. Yeah, he'll create water to wash it off.
Are we supposed to know about the green thing, or is that?
the green thing is just a thing from before.
It was before. It was grease that was cast.
I accidentally did things on a wrong layer, so.
So yeah, Arlen will help it with a bit of water.
Yeah. So
Ignore the green thing.
You have to
we
figure
just
this
gonna
out.
cast detect magic on the rock that came out of the puddle. Like, is that specifically radiating magic?
No, it's fading. It's turning into regular rock, like it's concrete.
So we've got some sort of like soften earth and stone or some spell like that going. Maybe two of them, but why? What's the other transmutation? Evocation's pretty clear. Boom. What's the other transmutation?
Are you fucking rhetorical right now? Says Roger.
No.
I don't know.
If you have an idea of what the other transmutation might be.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Hey, Fox, what's going on?
Roger's just getting frustrated. She's like, yeah, you missed a spot. And Arlen's creating water and taking the concrete off of him. It's like, I think that's good. It's starting to. He's now banging the glaive because some of the concrete was on the glaive, but he managed to take his rough gloves and clean up the weapon. Good enough. Like his little bits that stuck to it and stuff, but
Widget's looking at it, and the weaponsmith in him is like, "Oh god."
It's
care
because
of that
Roger
later.
doesn't feel... It's probably like a night's worth of cleaning with proper tools, and Roger doesn't feel like doing that right now.
Yeah.
Probably ever.
Uh,
Someone want to
Fox?
recap, Fox, with what's going on?
So today is the day of solving the puzzles, and we've found one where we don't know what the hell we're trying to solve, and that makes it hard to know what puzzle.
Right.
Yes. So Fox, the circus came back to witness Radamer's glorious victory and post-victory torture of the leader of the banditos that were trying to steal and kill and pillage and that sort of thing. There was a bit of a conflict of minds and wills over morals. That was quickly followed by taking the gear from those who we defeated and sending them on their way with bits of wood to defend themselves. We then searched the house for clues as to how we would subdue the golem because we were scared of it. In these searches, we found a safe hidden in the study behind a picture of scenes of a shadow god and a light god and an elf and a rainbow over a lake. Something very similar to what Arlen believes is a deity, which, good reason, it grants some spells. After puzzling our way through this particular trap that guarded this safe, it was to do with something called the Philomaths, a arcane order of wizards who search into things musical and arcane. Think a bunch of math nerds. It's the mathletes of the ancient world. We found some magical items, including some of Shadow stuff, and a rod that we could use to sort of control the golem, but it's very ineffective.
I'd say it's pretty effective. It caused the golem to stop twice, and then they stuck it in the back of its head.
It's a really weird version of a control call. It is the amulet of control where you still have an adventure after you find it. To make a cool little fight scene.
Hey man, he was running out of money. He's like, just do the shitty version.
Do the shitty one. I'll tumble through and
Oh, funny.
So we're now in the chamber behind the defeated golem, trying to figure out what the tits we're supposed to do, because it's really unclear. There's a bunch of runes with the powerful evocation spells etched across the sides of the walls, and then 2 transmutation spells in a giant puddle of basically liquid concrete that appears to be stone at first glance. We just finished searching the transmutated concrete type substance and didn't find any sort of holes or passageways you'd swim through there, leaving us kind of with our thumbs in our butts going, what the fuck now? What do we do?
Okay.
We don't have a proper rogue, so we're not really being able to detect any of these magical spells. No, we don't have Identify because we're a bunch of gladiators, and Identify isn't a combat spell. Yeah, so...
Let's see, does Edward have Identify?
I don't think so.
Marty, what about
He does not.
No. I mean...
So are the runes a language?
Nope. They are magical runes.
Okay. Does anybody have read magic prepared?
Edward will say yes.
I
Take a
do.
look.
Maybe you can come over here, Arlen, given that you are a sorcerer now.
Sure, of course. Sam, could you please take me over there?
Yeah.
Sam picks you up, kind of ragdolls you over, and puts you down. Edward, you sort of lie down on the golem. You're sort of half sitting on the golem. Edward puts your hand onto the wand. Hold this. He takes his hand off. You know the command word. If it twitches, say the command word.
Got it.
Uggs just gives Arlen a nod.
Do you need a lift to the other end of the room?
I can walk to the other end of the room, thank you.
I'm thinking of greasing you guys.
Is it smoke break time? Says Edward, who's starting to get flustered too, as Widget's just in the hallway.
I don't know if he's lighting a cigarette. I don't know what is. There's powerful magic all on the runes on the walls. There's a couple of spells going on in a big puddle of concrete. At least one of them is keeping the concrete wet.
Edward.
The other one, I don't know. Maybe it's making the concrete extra wet. Maybe it's some sort of, I don't know, make things disappear.
Quick question, Marty. What was so? This is all stone, right? And everything's etched in stone.
Yep.
Arlen's gonna cast the dancing lights and have them go fly in that room, fill the room with light for them.
Okay. I think Edward has a light spell on still, and
Just in case anybody
Roger
doesn't
has
have
that
it.
crossbow bolt with the light on. So there's lots of lights in the room. Edward, yeah, I think that is a powerful evocation. It does sort of suggest that if you break the line, it go boom.
Which line?
The whole thing, or part of it. Let's not break the line.
Yeah, if you touch that, it explodes. I got that.
Not touch. It says break. We could probably touch it. If you want to touch it, I'll just take a step back if you want to touch it.
Would Spectral Hand be able to touch that? I'm wondering, does Spectral Hand touch that shit?
Spectral Hand could technically touch it, but it's not going to do anything because Spectral Hand is a delivery device for
Spells.
touch spells.
Put a spell into it.
Foxfire with the awesome ideas. I'll fucking touch it.
Doesn't.
1,000 gold.
Yeah, I don't.
Says Roger.
I don't have any summons. I thought about that a while ago. I'm not a summoner anymore.
I don't think this says how it works, Roger. We're not paying you to.
So, what does it say? Could you translate what it says?
It sort of says that this line is. It's not really. It's what the magic is doing. The two lines on the outside are keeping the explosion in. Something about breaking the line. Why anyone would ever do that? It's 5 feet off the ground around the room.
I assume that you'd have to press on certain. If this is a lock, you'd have to maybe say the correct words, and the door will appear somewhere. Can you see any cracks, perhaps?
Cracks? I have not looked for any cracks.
Did you take a look? I tried. I couldn't see any.
All right.
We can look around the room for a doorway.
Let's look around the room for a crack. Roger will help.
All right.
Hey, Sam,
have-
bend over.
Yeah, sure.
I found some cracks.
Ireland's laughing down the hallway.
Roger auto aids. Or he might be taking the lead because he's got a +9 perception.
Should let Arlen do this if you guys are doing all these A's.
Okay.
No, Arlen already tried.
You've already tried.
Yeah.
So
Who's taking
Sam
lead?
Sam has a +9 for trap find, or +12 versus traps.
Okay, so Sam, don't add the trap. This is not a trap. You're just looking for cracks.
37.
You add +11.
No,
twice.
no. Don't add +11 twice. That's. I don't even know what I was typing.
26?
26. No, that's actually should be a 28.
And then Edward.
That's with 2 8s.
That's with
I'm
2
sorry.
8s, and then
So there's. Do you have 3 people?
Did Widget aid?
I will roll Widget's attempt. Because wisdom damage on a guy
Fuck
using
you!
just raw wisdom to look at things. And 28, not 37, because, you know.
Okay. There might be a crack along the runes, because you're looking very specifically, on the far wall where the quicksand is. It's like
Right.
it's like there is a 1.5 by 1.5 square that the band goes all the way across.
Right here?
Yeah, it looks like a perfect masonry brick.
Ah, I understand. The old bastard had shoes